Hey, what's up, people? Finally back with the next part of the stamina bar tutorial. Actually, I don't even remember where we left. So let's see. I think we were doing some UI stuff in there. Let me just please see. Okay, so I think we need to set a few things so that the stamina bar updates. Because I'm pretty sure the stamina is being updated. Yes, it is. But the progress bar doesn't get updated. So let's see. So actually I'll just create an event here. Update stamina progress bar. Let me see how exactly are we treating the progress bars. Progress bars. We are adding horizontal. Okay. So I think we can get the progress bars. Oh no, wait. I think we need a for each loop. And this is the type WBB attribute progress bar. And I'm assuming it should have the attribute key saved, yes. With attribute E. If is it equal to maybe attributes stamina, there it is. Now if it is equal, that means this is the index that we modify. Then this I suppose is the max stamina value, which is 100. I think so we need a function to see how much space the total attributes are occupying. So we can based on that we can see how much stamina is depleted, and we can leave that space empty. So it attributes total occupied value. That's a good name. I'm a bit terrible at naming things, but yeah, anyways. So again, for each loop, we don't need a break here, but I just tend to use this version. Value. Here we go. Now let's go back to WPP overlay. We should have a reference here. There we go. Stamina component. Get attribute total occupied value. This one as well. Now this number we can do 1 minus okay, so basically what it's doing is, let's just assume that we don't have to assume because it is our max total value for attributes is 100, as we have defined it here as with the default value of 100, and the total occupied, let's say we have consumed 20 stamina, so this value is going to be 80. 100 minus 80 is 20. I think I'll have to divide 100 first. So it returns 20. Now 20 divided by 100 is 0.2. Now we need a 1 minus node. But do we have a 1 minus directly? No. So 1 minus 0.2 returns 0.8. So only 0.8 part of the stamina progress bar should be occupied. So I can get this one set. So I need to get the actual progress bar reference. So maybe do I have a utility on there? Get progress bar, fill and color opacity. Is this private? But anyways, I'll just make a function here. Set bar percent. So yes, set percent, and let's go back to WPP overlay. Let's get the reference. Set percent, and this is the percent. And once this is done, we can just break this loop because we don't need to check for other attributes. There we go. Now what we need is to test. Before we test, we need an event to call this function. So let's see. Modify attribute. So here after we modify the attribute, I'll just get the attribute key input. I mean, this is not the way you should be implementing the system in an actual game. I'll just give you an example of how the base should be looking like. Not even the base, but I think I'm not getting the right word, but it's just the way of doing things. Like it's just to give you an idea of how you can actually implement this system. But if I'm to implement the system in an actual game, I'll change quite a few things here. Not just here, but yeah, everywhere. It's not a game ready system, I would say. Because I just won't be comparing strings like gameplay tags like this directly by hard coding them here. I don't think it's a good idea to do this. So you should I'm assuming that if you're working on something like this, you'll be having a more robust system to compare attributes already, because you're gonna have damage system, hunger system, and everything, so you can connect use it based on those. If it was stamina which was being modified, I'll hit event stamina updated. Sorry, typo. Stamina updated. I'll call this on the true case, otherwise I return, and I return after the calling the event dispatcher as well. So there we go. Now what we need to do is after this loop is completed, I'll get the stamina component, assign on stamina updated. I'll do this after this loop is completed, and in this event I'll call this custom event that I've made, which is called update stamina progress bar. Update stamina progress bar. There we go. Now let's see if that works. Yep, there we go. Now just as a test, I'll do one thing. So attributes data, stamina is 80, poison is 10, sleep is 4, hunger is 0, and damage is 6. So I know it's 80 by default. 80. I'll try to make it about 40 and see if the progress bar is somewhat at 50% value. Let's do one thing. I'll place a T point here. Okay, so it's 20.6. So 160 is the occupied value. 40 is okay, so I think I know what I did wrong. So we don't have to use the max total value here. Or we have to change one of them actually. So the thing is, let's say my total stamina is 80. I use 40 units. Now I'm left with 40 units, another 40 units, which is 50%. But you know, my total attributes occupied are 60, since I used 40 of them. So 100 minus 60 returns 0.4, and so that results in a value of 0.6 at the end, which sets the progress bar to at 60%, while it should be at 50. So let's see what can we do. Okay. Now I'm thinking to exclude stamina in here. So we'll get how much is the total value occupied excluding the stamina, so we can get that. So by default we are going to get 20, since it is the stamina value by default, and the total value is of course 100, so we're going to get 20 at the very start. And in here we should get the well, let me think actually. I think I'm just being dumb right now, but my brain is not breathing. But I think actually let's just skip this for a second. I'm a bit too tired for this. So what other events do we need? So we need a way to update this as well actually. So I'll add another custom event. Add wait, I'll call this update attribute bar. I'll connect this to the loop, and now I might need another event which can be, let's say, on any attribute updated actually, other than stamina, or actually any attribute actually. So on attribute updated. So in the modify attribute function, I can go in here and I can call this into the false event if it wasn't stamina. So it's not gonna call when stamina is updated, because we have a separate event for that. Let's go back. Now after this is bound, I need another event which is assign on attribute updated. Updates attribute bar. see if we have any utility functions too. Okay. So let's see. Now let's get back to this. We need to get two numbers. That's 80 and 40. So 100 minus. Okay, right. So let's make another version of it. Accept stamina. So we want to add this stamina value to it. Then we'll get the total stamina and we can get the current stamina as well. Yeah, we already have a function to get the attributes. So in this one, let's just compare this with the branch. No. Oh wait, I have to do this. Now we do this only if this is not stamina. So there we go. So only total value minus get attribute except stamina. So this is going to return 20, this is going to return 100. Now I've got 80. Sorry. Get matching attribute. I'll need to call this here. Oh wait, it's returning the index. I don't need the index. I want the actual attribute value. I'll make it the function. Actually, I can make this. Now, instead of returning the index, I'll make it float result, and result is -1. Actually, I can just do let have a bool here. It's going to be false in this on this case. And was it complaining now? Oh, sorry, this one. So I'll get my attributes data array. I'll get a reference to the array index. That's one, and then break. I'll return the value with the true, and that is it. I can make this pure as well. So at matching attribute value, I need the value of the stamina, and I'll assume it is true. So we have 80, and then the current value as well. So this is more like this value is max stamina, and this is current stamina. So if this is, let's say, 40 and this is 80, it's gonna I can just do divide, and I'll use the save divide actually just to make sure it doesn't crash. Let's remove this for now. Let's get it to about 40 again, 57, 53, 51, 44, 41. There it is. Now the stamina is about 40, and we get 0.5 here, which is exactly what we want. So yeah, that works. Now I think I remember that I mentioned that we'll be adding uh, priorities into the attributes. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that tutorial today. So yeah, actually that's it for this video. I'll be continuing the next part very soon. Yeah, okay, we don't have stamina region, so yeah, that's not updated. But if you now, actually, let's talk about one thing. What if you wanna implement this system in an actual game? So of course, it's not like that. The whole system is bad. You don't be doing anything like anything the way I did it. So it's just that I have placed some stuff like comparing strings, the stacks like this. You should just avoid these. Now you can have have specific. You can just have a loop and find the stamina some other way, and you can maybe have a enum value on this track. But yeah, I mean tags are also kind of enums. So yeah, so I think that works. But of course, if you have the systems, hunger system, damage system, and everything ready, it will connect very well. So yeah, and yeah, I think that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. I'll see you soon.